Ramon. How are you today?
Hello, Holly. I'm fine, and you?
Very good. Very good. Um, and how's everything in Brazil? Is that
Everything
right?
is good.
Okay.
Yes, yes, it's Brazil.
So that was my test to see if I got it right, if I remembered. So
Yes, yes, yes.
excellent.
It's everything
Is it
good here.
is it hot there right now?
Yes, yes, it's pretty hot, and we need some rain because there are some cities. In fact, they're running out of water.
Oh no. Oh, okay. So it's kind of turning into type of drought conditions in some respects.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Yes,
Mhm.
and when it rains, it's funny because it doesn't rain on the embankment, so it's the same thing.
It's not raining where it needs to rain. So, yeah,
Yes. Mhm.
here it's been raining for 3 days. So,
Really?
yeah, yeah.
And is
So,
it cold?
um, no, I mean, I wouldn't consider it cold, but it depends. Cold, hot and cold is relative. Um, it's been about, I think, maybe set between 7 and 13 degrees Celsius. So,
Celsius? Wow,
yeah,
too
so
cold for me.
not. You see, that's too cold for you, and I don't think it's cold at all. So. So
Yeah.
hello, Carlos. How are you this evening?
Hi, I'm well.
Good, good, excellent. Hi, Carvalho. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm good. How about you?
Excellent.
Uh,
Very good, thank you. Yeah. So, Susanna, how are you today?
I'm excellent teacher. Hi.
Good. And where are you from? Mexico?
I'm Mexican, yes.
Okay, you're from Mexico. Excellent. All right. All right. Yeah, it's been kind of an interesting, a weird day for me because I normally start teaching about now or maybe a couple hours, and I've started teaching this morning at 9 o'clock. So it was like, oh, this is strange. So it's been great. So hi, Claudio. How are you today? Claudio, can you hear? Maybe it's still loading. So all right. Well, today's yeah, it looks like he's still loading. Hello, Ahmed. Hi, Javier. How are you today?
Hello, teacher.
Hi. Where are you from, Javier?
I'm from the island of Puerto Rico.
Okay, in Puerto Rico. Okay,
Yes,
excellent.
nice to meet
Excellent.
you.
So nice to meet you too. And are you living in Puerto Rico now, or are you living somewhere else?
No, I'm currently living in Puerto Rico.
Awesome, awesome, excellent. All right. And so it looks like we have Carlos so far from Argentina, Carvalho from Brazil, then Javier from Puerto Rico, Ramon from Brazil, and Susanna from Mexico, and then we have Virginia. Hi, Virginia.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
I'm
So,
okay, thank you. And you?
excellent. Very good, thank you. And where are you from, Virginia?
I'm from Brazil.
From
I live,
Brazil.
yes, I
Uh-huh.
live in Minas Gerais state.
Okay. Where in the US are you living?
Minas Gerais state.
Oh, okay. Okay, that part is, I'm sorry, I thought you said in the United States. So, okay. All right. Thank you. All right. And then
Welcome.
Claudio, welcome. Oh, are you able to speak yet? Okay, he'll get to it. So, okay, so today's topic is on countries. We will basically this will be more or less a fluency class where you guys will practice speaking by going through and answering some questions. We'll start out looking at some flags and see if we can identify the flags and where they're from, and then also look at some idioms and practice some idioms that are related to countries. And then we will go through a bunch of discussion questions. So that is the plan for today. So let me show you the material and we will get started. All right.
Can I have a suggestion for the future, Holly?
Yes.
I love this lesson, and I love songs, and I love sports. Just for you to know.
Okay. Well, I actually have some lessons.
Lyrics of the song.
Lyrics. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. I have some.
Now?
I can hear you now, Claudio. That's great.
Oh,
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry. I got some problems with my microphone. I don't know what happened here, but I'm doing well. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm
Excellent.
sorry again to don't answer you before.
Yeah, no worries. It happens to all of us. So thank you. And Carlos, thanks for your suggestions. I actually do have some lessons on baseball and basketball actually, and I need to get one on football or as you guys say, soccer. So I will look for that. So, all right. The first thing, which country uses each flag? So do you guys know about different countries? So let's see if we can name these flags.
Yeah.
So the first one.
Canada.
Oops, sorry, I just did something. So the first one is Canada. Canada. Okay. Has anybody here traveled to Canada?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Tell us about your trip to Canada, Carlos.
I went to Toronto 2011.
Uh-huh.
It was in July, and it was really hot.
And what was the food like?
Okay, no, nothing. Okay.
It was okay. And the people?
No, it's like the States.
Uh-huh. Very similar to the U.S. Okay.
Yeah. And the people were the same, really nice, and always greeting you like in the States.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. All right. And hello, Jose. Welcome. Okay. Jose, there's a big noise. Can you mute? There's a noise from your computer or somebody's computer.
Oh, yeah, I will unmute myself.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, there's some noise. I'm not sure where it's from. So it's either your computer or somebody else's. Okay. So welcome, Jose. Okay. All right, yeah. So it came from his computer. Okay, so we have Canada here. And what country is this?
Mexico.
Mexico. Susanna, you want to tell? Susanna, since you are from Mexico, do you want to tell us a little bit about your country?
Bueno, okay, I live in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
I have lived in Mexico all my life. I like to live here because the people is nice. You can eat different kind of food. You can visit the different places. You can find in this country whatever you want.
Okay, excellent. So you can find all kinds of people and all kinds of food, right? So, excellent. Thank you very much. All right, next one. Which one is this? Which country is this?
Great Britain.
Okay, the UK. And who has there anybody here been to the UK?
I already went there.
Oh, okay, could you tell us about it, Claudio?
Oh yes, I found a great country, especially London, the city that I went, and actually is a universal city with it's a kind of corner of the world. A lot of people with different and very multicultural. There with a lot of different religions and races and this kind of thing, and a very good place to buy especially if you were Brazilian.
Okay.
That's it. Very good place. And there we can find the Queen castles as well.
Okay. Yes. And one thing about London, when I was there, it seems like the the center of London, is full of everybody who's not from London. So it's all foreigners. It seemed like.
Yeah,
Was that your experience too? Everybody had an accent, and it wasn't a British accent, so it was great. All right, this flag. Which flag is this? Anybody?
The Netherlands.
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 Has anybody here traveled to the Netherlands?
Yes.
I went to the Netherlands as well, but I prefer to pass the answer to another classmate.
Okay. Anybody else been to the Netherlands?
Yes, me too, but I passed the question.
Okay, you passed it as well. A third person?
No.
No. Okay. So, Claudio, how about you? Tell us about your trip to the Netherlands.
Oh, yes. No, for me, it was an amazing experience because if you compare the Netherlands with Brazil, they are quite developed. They are more developed than us. So, and I found a lot of trains, and the public transportation was very good. And but I have just in a notice to describe that I found the people there a little bit a little bit cooler than I would like to, like colder than I would like to find. So of course they were especially polite and they were very cool. But if we compare them with Brazilians, they are colder than us, and I found that a little bit weird in my culture, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. And Carlos, did you find that very similar when you were in the Netherlands, that they were kind of colder?
I agree with him absolutely. Yes, they are not a warm civilization. No.
Okay.
But the punctuality of the trains, that amazed me because and the quality of the. Yes, I have to say the same. That like.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Claudio.
All right. The next one. What flag is this?
Germany.
Germany. Has anybody besides Claudio and Carlos been to Germany? Who's anybody else been to Germany? Okay. Has anybody been to Germany? Okay. To me, I traveled to the first time I traveled to Germany was the first time I traveled to the Netherlands, and it seemed very similar. I traveled there. The first time was in right after the country was reunited, and it was very interesting. You could tell the difference between the East and the West. But also the people there are just like the Dutch people. They are very efficient, and things run on time. And compared to the South, they are actually a little bit colder, but not as cold as some of the countries I've been to. So, next country. What flag is this?
Japan.
No,
South Korea.
South Korea. Okay. South Korea. Has anybody here traveled to South Korea?
South Korea, no.
No. Okay. What do you guys know about South Korea?
I just know about Taekwondo.
Seoul is a capital city, and they had the 1988 Olympics.
Okay.
They were mixed with North Korea before change to South Korea.
Yeah. Okay. So they were one country at one time, and they actually have been watched Germany very closely. Because they expect to be reunited with them one day, so they've been watching how Germany was able to do that. But the Korean food is actually very spicy, and the Korean people are probably the most hospitable people I've ever met, besides Indians. Indians are also very hospitable, but they are just if you're a foreigner, you are kind of a king or a queen to them. So a wonderful place to visit. Okay, so what is this country?
Finland.
Finland. Has anybody traveled to Finland?
No.
Okay. Anybody? What do you guys know about Finland?
I don't know nothing about Finland.
Capital city.
Helsinki is the capital city.
Yes, I know because they created Nokia, the company of cell phones, and the operating system named Linux.
Yes, Nokia mobile phones.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, it's from Finland. And actually, Nokia, just to tell you a little bit, I lived in Finland for 11 years. So Nokia mobile phones actually started out as a rubber tire company. And
oh, really?
Yeah, and so they kind of diversified and went into the mobile phones, and then the company split. So Nokian Tires is still there, and then we know Nokia became a big company, and now they're part of Microsoft. And but Nokian Tires it's actually in a town called Nokia, and it's about 30 minutes from where I used to live. So I used to actually teach in Nokia sometimes. So, but yeah, Finland, cold winters, very, very cold winters, very bright summers. They have, right now, maybe they have 4, maybe 5 hours of daylight, maybe 6 now. And in the summer, they will have 2 or 3 hours of darkness. So, but compared to the Netherlands, the Finnish are actually quite cold. The Finnish people don't understand small talk. They don't like to talk about nothing. If they talk, they want to say something. So saying, hi, how are you? How's the weather? They just don't like to do that. So, okay, Sweden. Has anybody been, I'm sorry, this is Sweden, everybody. Has anybody here been there? To Sweden? No. What do you guys know about Sweden?
I know the capital is Stockholm, and they have a great technology university there.
Yes.
The Stockholm University, they have a great technology course over there.
Yeah, and compared to
I have a friend from Sweden.
Compared to the Finns, the Swedes are actually a lot more friendly, and they're similar to the Dutch. so they're friendly. They're very warm.
They are very efficient. The Swedes.
Yes,
one of the best quality life in the world, but also a lot of suicides. Also.
Yes, and Finland as well.
Another point is that they've been trying to play in good soccer.
They have been trying, but they're better at. Yeah, they're better at hockey though. So.
Yeah, probably better in hockey. Yes.
Yeah, better at hockey. All right. Does anybody know what flag this is?
Estonia.
Estonia. What do you guys know about Estonia?
That before it was part of the Soviet Union.
Yes, so it was part of the Soviet Union. The language is actually quite close to Finnish. The Estonians say that the language is Finnish language is Old Estonian. So, but yeah, it was part of the Soviet Union. What country is this? Does anybody know?
No.
Latvia.
Carlos, you're great. Latvia. And what do you guys? Latvia. I'll write it down. It's right. It's yeah. I will. It's a neighbor of Estonia, and it's also a former Soviet republic. And Latvia and Estonia have done very, very well for themselves since then. Does anybody know what this flag is?
Portugal.
That's Portugal.
Portugal. Okay. Anybody been to Portugal here?
No, I've never went there, but even though I am Brazilian, I have double citizen, so I am a Portuguese citizen. I have the Portuguese citizenship as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I've never went there.
So what do you know about Portugal?
Oh, they conquered Brazil, and and that is a wonderful place as well in Europe, and
Uh-huh.
they have a wonderful ocean, a wonderful shore as well. Um, they they have had some economic problems, and especially with employees, with laws, with I don't know how to say, but less job, less work to the population, to the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. They are like our brothers.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, that's great. All right. Next country. What? Anybody know what flag this is?
France.
France. Has anybody traveled to France?
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
The food is great. What can I tell you? And well, there are a lot of old places to visit. I went to Lille and Paris.
Uh-huh.
Lille, the people are more friendly than the people from Paris.
Uh-huh.
And well, a lot of nice churches, cathedrals to see. Yeah, the architecture is nice, and the food. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Now, what country is this one?
Ireland.
Ireland. Okay. Has anybody been to Ireland? Okay. What do we know about Ireland?
They are part of the United Kingdom.
They have the best pubs around the world.
Yes.
That's what I've heard. Best pubs and
we have a lot of Irish pubs here. Yeah.
Yeah, very good pubs and so forth, and
They have
very friendly people.
Beer. They have the best beer around the world.
Okay. Excellent.
They started St. Patrick's, I think, celebration.
Right. Okay. Next one. What country is this?
Italy.
Italy. Okay. Has anybody been to Italy? What do we know about Italy? As opposed to the Netherlands, they're very friendly people. Anything else?
I went to Rome as well. I went to Rome as well, and they are very friendly, and they have the warmer weather as well, and a good wine and a good pasta. The city is there. There are a lot of history among the cities. Wonderful country.
All right, thank you. Right, in
The
this
best
country.
gelato.
Yeah, and the food is so good there. Oh wow, it's like, okay, what country is this?
Colombia.
Colombia. So tell us about Colombia. Is there any Colombians in this room yet? Has anybody here traveled to Colombia?
Well, well, in my case, I didn't travel to Cancun. I don't travel to. I'm sorry, Cancun. I don't travel to Colombia, but I know a different person. That person live in Colombia, and they are my friends.
And what did they say about Colombia?
They told me that in Colombia the people is nice, but the weather is very cold all the time. Yes, it's very cold. And for example, the food is different to in my case, to the Mexican food is so different to Colombian, because for example, in Mexico we have tortilla, and in Colombia the tortilla don't exist. For they are, I don't remember the name exactly, but I think it's similar to tortilla, but more big.
Okay, so
more
it's
big
a
and with other name, and they don't eat spicy. spicy food, spicy food.
Okay, they don't have spicy food. They don't have spicy food, or they have spicy food?
No, don't eat.
Okay.
Don't eat spicy food. They had a beautiful woman in the war.
Okay.
They told me that. I don't know.
Okay, you don't know if it's true. Alejandro, how are you today? Okay, he's gone. All right. Well, this is the country I want to move to. I think because you said it's cold. It's actually only about the average temperature in Bogota is 20 degrees Celsius year round, which is wonderful. So, anyway, anybody know what country this is?
Poland.
Is that Poland?
Poland.
No,
Okay. Anybody know anything about Poland?
Teacher,
Yes.
sorry, I need to go out now.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 What do you guys know about Poland?
It was a former Soviet Republic.
No, it was behind it was communist, but it wasn't a Soviet republic though.
It was the first country that Hitler attacked.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So, but it was communist, and it also, when the Berlin Wall went down, it also switched over to capitalism. So, and the Polish people on Verbling are wonderful. They're great people. So, okay, what flag is this, everyone?
Austria.
Austria. What do you guys know about Austria? Anything? They speak German. That's all I know. So,
Yes.
nice people. When I was there for about 2 days for a conference, and the thing I remember about it is it was the only country in Europe that I knew of that still had smoking sections in restaurants. Most European restaurants had switched over to no smoking, but they still had smoking sections. So, all right. So let's look at idioms about nationalities. We've got "it's all Greek to me," "to go Dutch," "Dutch courage," "pardon my French," and "Indian summer." So let's see if we can match this. Carlos, would you read the first line on this side and see if you can match that to the correct idiom?
This is a period in late autumn when the weather is usually warm.
So unusually.
Sorry, unusually warm.
Okay.
An Indian summer.
An Indian summer. So if it's unusually warm, you would say, "Oh yes, our country, we're having an Indian summer." So Claudio, can you read the next one? Claudio, are you there? Okay. So I think maybe he's having internet trouble. Susanna, could you read the next one?
Yes. This is when you need a little alcohol to give you the courage or confidence to do something.
Okay, and what do you think that would be?
Dutch courage?
Dutch courage, yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yep, Dutch courage. So you would say, I need a little Dutch courage. So, okay. And Ramon, can you read the next one?
Let me think. This is when we go to a restaurant and split the bill. I guess it's to go Dutch.
And your guess is absolutely correct. So a lot of times you might ask somebody, let's go to dinner, and they'll say, are you paying or are we going Dutch? Is how we'll do that. Okay. The next one is Claudio. Can you speak yet? Are you able to speak? Okay. Then Jose, can you read? Can you read this?
Okay, we use the expression when you cannot understand something we read or hear. And so I'll go for pardon my French.
It's the other one actually. It's all Greek to me. It's all Greek to me. So if you don't understand it, or if you see a language and you don't understand, you can say, well, that's all Greek to me. So, okay, and then the last one, Claudio, can you speak? Okay, Jose, can you read this one as well? Jose? Hello? Okay, Carlos, could you read this?
We use this expression before or after we have said something rude. For example, a swear word.
Yeah, so when you're around, yeah, you'd say, pardon my French. So if you're about ready to swear, or you're about ready to say something rude, you would say, pardon my French, but this is the best thing I can say, and then you say it. So, have you guys seen these before? Are these new to you? Carlos?
No, it's I knew all of them.
Okay, excellent. All right, so let's go on. We're going to go to discussion questions. Hello there. Good morning.
Hi, Teacher Holly.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Excellent.
Good evening for you.
Thank you. All right, so let's discuss questions on would you like to do this? Okay, first question I have for you, let's start with Susanna. Would you like to work in a tropical country?
Yes, I would like to work in a tropical country because I like to the weather hot. And for example, in Mexico, there is a Cancun. Cancun is very hot, and when I can travel to Cancun, I really enjoy the weather. I enjoy the sea. You can do different activities when you live in a tropical country, because you have the sea or maybe the river, and I don't know. When I like the tropical countries.
Okay, excellent. And Claudio, can you speak? Nope. So, Thayer, how about you? Would you like to work in a tropical country?
Sorry, Teacher Holly, what mean tropical?
Okay, tropical would be a country that is part of the tropics, like. It has a part of the rainforest. Brazil is one. A lot of the African nations are.
You mean like hot country?
They're very hot, and they have rainforests and things like that. Is Argentina a tropical country, Carlos?
In the north could be, but we call it semi-tropical.
Yeah, okay. So
not exactly.
All right. So Brazil is one example of a tropical country.
Yeah, thank you. I got it. My answer, no, I don't like to work in this like this country tropical, because in my country in the summer season we have a hot weather, so I hate it.
Okay.
So I like the cold more. I like winter here.
So you would say, instead of I don't like to, you would say I wouldn't like to. I wouldn't like to live in a tropical country. I'm like you. I like the cold weather.
Yes.
Anything above 25, I about die. So, Jose, how about you? Would you like to work in a tropical country, or do you already?
Yeah, I'm Brazilian. I work and I pretty much enjoy my country. It's a tropical country. There is no other place compared to Brazil, to our desert beaches and everything else. But it's nice, our climate. That's why we attract a lot of tourists every year. And it's a very nice country. I feel much like to be able to.
It was actually one of the top countries of a lot of my students in Finland. They would go to the Canary Islands, down in Spain, and then they would, if they left the Europe, they would either go to Thailand or they would go to Rio and enjoy the carnival. So, Carlos, how about you? Would you like to work in a tropical country?
Yes, I like hot weather.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes sense for you, okay? Ramon, you already live in a tropical country, but do you like it, or?
Yeah, sometimes I like, but the problem is when you have to walk on the street, especially during the lunchtime, and I guess that's the problem with tropical countries. But beside that, I have no problem.
Okay. All right. Okay, next one. Would you like to work in Antarctica? So, Carlos, would you like to work in Antarctica?
No, I don't like the cold weather at all.
Okay. Oh, so no cold for you. Okay.
No.
Okay. Claudio, I guess you could write your answers. So if you're still there, hello. Yeah. Claudio, it might fix it if you left and came back. It might fix your audio. I don't know. Jose, how about you? Would you like to work in in Antarctica?
No way, man. Because I hate winter, and as for myself, I think that I was born and raised here in Brazil, and I pretty much used to live in a country like that. I wouldn't get used to live in a very cold condition.
Okay. All right. Ramon, how about you? Would you like to work in Antarctica?
No way. Sometimes I like cold weather, but I guess Antarctica is not cold. Antarctica is more like a fridge.
Yeah, this isn't just cold weather; it's freezing weather. So, okay, Susanna, I think I know. Yeah, Susanna, I think I know your answer too. So,
about
would you like to live in Antarctica? Work in Antarctica?
No, I wouldn't like to live or to work in Antarctica because it's very cold, and I hate the weather when it's cold. No, I don't like it.
Okay, all right. And Thayer, how about you? Would you like to live and work in Antarctica?
Yes, I would like, because I didn't try this before, so I tried to take a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you and I are the only ones.
Okay.
Well, you didn't say how much money you were paying. Maybe
Okay.
if they pay me a lot, maybe I go.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's fair enough. Because we would all live in, like Thayer and myself would live in a tropical country if we were paid appropriately. So, that's right. Let's go to another question down here. What country would you like to live in and why? So, let's start with Jose. What country would you like to live in and why?
Definitely, I would go to Ireland, because all the history behind Ireland attracts my attention, and Ireland is a nice country, and you see, everything's green in Ireland, and we're around everywhere in Ireland. Ireland is so nice.
Okay, Ramon, how about you? What country would you like to live in and why?
Maybe I would live in Sweden or Norway, because they are very organized and they have nice schools and nice people, I guess.
But you don't like cold, so you'd have to live there only part of the year.
It would be a sacrifice, but just for some time, not forever.
Yeah, and it's one thing about that part of the world. You have to really see it as an adventure. Like, oh, this is so cool, because when it gets dark, when it gets light at 10 a.m. and dark at 2 p.m. during the winter, you're like, So I had to decide this was an adventure. This is cool, because otherwise you go, oh, this is disgusting. So.
Yes. Maybe, but it would be an interesting experience.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. Susanna, how about you? What country would you like to live in, and why?
I don't know. I really like to live in Mexico, but I think that it's I can to change my place. Maybe will be I don't know. Maybe some Iceland.
Iceland. Okay. Okay.
I don't know. When the weather is will be cold. No, sorry, will be hot.
Okay, so you would like to be in Iceland only during the summertime. So.
Yes.
But,
yes, I like.
Yeah. Keep in mind though, during the summertime, that part of the world, their average temperature in the summer is 20 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
So that's not hot for a lot of people. So, all right. And Thayer, how about you? What country would you like to live in, and why?
Okay, I have a cousin live in Sweden. So when he came to visit me for 2 years, he told me about this country, and he told me the people there, it is so peaceful and it is so good country. So I like to live there if I have a chance. Yeah.
It is a good country. I liked it. I like it. Okay, and how about you, Carlos? What country would you like to live in, and why?
That's in the United States. Yeah.
Yeah, U.S. Where in the U.S.?
Florida.
Florida, the hot area. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it will help my job, because I will have a lot of clients there, and also I have I also have a lot of American friends.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you were the person that stayed in this really bad hotel up in.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that was only once.
One time, yeah. One time. Yeah. Okay. And for me, I don't know if I will move away from the U.S. again, but the countries that kind of are on the top of my list are Colombia, possibly Costa Rica, China, and Iceland. Those are the four, and maybe Mongolia.
Why? So different cultures.
Yeah, and then there's another one that I've also I've investigated, and I totally forgot about it till now, is Moldova.
I traveled to Puerto Rico. And Costa Rica the last summer.
And what's it like?
And they're very cheap.
Are they? Yeah.
And for example, Costa Rica has vegetables in every places. You can see different animals and different plants and different flowers, and I like it.
Oh wow! Yeah, I've heard though that not Moldova, Costa Rica, for Americans, it's a really good place to go and study the language.
Yeah.
So.
There is one teacher here that lives there, Joshua.
Joshua, okay. Chad used to live here. Verbling teacher Chad, and he just recently, I think in the last couple months, moved to Honduras, and but he's also lived from Costa Rica. Lived in Costa Rica for a while, so. And but Colombia is kind of the top of my list because I went there for a weekend, and wow, 20 degrees Celsius all year round, I can handle that. So, okay, let's go to the next page here. We just don't have time to answer all the questions, and they seem to be redundant. So, let's discuss what country. Okay, in your opinion, Thayer, what country has the most interesting customs? In your opinion.
What do you mean exactly by customs, Holly?
Yeah, customs like things like what I thought of was, for example, in
just about clothes.
Well, not clothes, because that's costumes. Customs would be like, for example, in Asia, a custom is to, instead of shaking hands, they
Oh,
bow.
okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Well, I think I like to. I don't know if you know South Korea. I like I like their culture. They are like, as I said, when they want to greeting each other, they bow, and they have a different customs in their country. So I like to discover this culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my answer is South Korea.
Okay. Yeah, I lived in South Korea for just under 2 years, so
really?
they do have interesting customs for sure. So.
Yeah. By the way, teacher, and they tried when I watching South Korea TV, they take off their shoes and they just when they enter the house or something like that. Yeah. They have interesting customs. Yeah, I like.
Yeah. The reason they take their shoes off is because they heat their floors. So all the floor, almost all the floor is heated, and so a lot of times they'll sit on the floor, and their dinner table, the traditional dinner table, is on the floor as well. So everybody just sits on things on the floor, and their bed is called a yo, and it's just a small little type of mattress, and they sleep on the floor as well. So that's why they take their shoes off.
Yeah. So Teacher Holly, you said they sleep also on the floor, not in the bed or something. Huh? Okay.
Correct. I mean, it started to change a lot. Some people have proper beds now, but yeah. So that's a tradition.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. All right, and Carlos. We've already answered this question. This is redundant. Carlos, what countries in Europe have you visited?
France, Spain, Netherlands, Italy, Great Britain. I also went to Switzerland.
Was that all on the same trip, or have you gone there multiple times?
No, multiple.
Okay, for your work?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, and Claudio, can you speak yet? Okay, so Jose.
Yes, sorry. I'm back again.
Yay! Finally. So.
Oh, sorry, I had some problems here. I'm really sorry about that.
Oh no worries. I just thought it was an internet issue. So, but I usually people leave and come back, so I didn't know what the deal was. Okay, so Claudio, what countries would you not like to visit and why?
No, it's a difficult question for me because I'd like to visit any country. But of course, that I had some problems with these countries which have been getting some problems with diseases like Liberia with Ebola and these kind of things.
So that would be
an example that the ONU suggested us to don't visit this kind of country. So I don't like to visit this kind of country, and especially another countries involved in some kind of wars, like But to be honest, I would like to go to Syria to see what happens there, but I'm really scared about this kind of war, so I have to avoid this kind of tourists.
So basically, you would not go to a country that is a war zone currently, but you would if it wasn't a war, or a country that has a health issue, like Liberia. So, okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So, Jose, what country in Asia would be a great place to live? What do you think?
A good place to live in Asia, I would rather go to China, because when it comes to the China history is so amazing, so ancient, and it's the birth of civilization, ancient civilization of China, and the culture. It's so amazing, and we can learn a lot with them.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I want to just travel through Asia. I want to go everywhere, just like you, Claudio. I want to go everywhere. So, Ramon, what countries would you like to travel to for a vacation? So, if you could go just tomorrow, drop everything, they give you $1 million, what country would you go to? Or what countries?
I would go to the United States and to many states over there.
Oh, really? So would you travel like Route 66? so travel through the U.S. Have you been to many states yet?
No,
not yet. Not yet. Okay.
I have never. Yes, not yet. I have never been in the United States yet.
Okay. Yeah, I've had students say that it's different than they expected. So okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is different for good or for bad?
It was kind of mixed. I had this one student. I actually taught him for 5 years, and after about two and a half years, he went with his colleagues to Florida or Georgia, and they stayed in a hotel in the center of the city, and they were really shocked that nothing was happening in the center. It was a financial district where during the weekends it's kind of like a ghost town, and
really?
yeah, and it was a smaller city, I think. And then the other thing that he was surprised about is he had told me before he left that the one difference between the U.S. and other countries was the size of the cars. And I said, well, yeah, we do have a lot of big cars. And when he came back, he said, Holly, you have small cars too. And I said, yeah, we do. but he was surprised by that as well. But yeah. So all right. Next one, Susanna. What countries would you travel to if you were to do a world trip? So very similar to what Ramon had. So if you could go to do a world trip, what countries would you go to?
It does had $1 million.
Yeah, if you had $1 million.
Okay, well, I would like to visit Brazil. Italy too. And I don't know. I think that maybe London. London and Egypt.
Okay, so you said Brazil, Italy,
and France.
The UK,
I would like
France,
to visit
Egypt.
The museum. What is the name of the museum?
The Louvre.
The Louvre, exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. So, all right, and there. Which country gets the most snowfall and why? Or do you know?
No, I don't have idea which country is most snowfall. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe Iceland, Greenland. We should Google that. Does anybody know?
Oh, I've heard New York would get the strongest snowfall. In 100 years, I know. I don't know.
So what country, Claudio?
Not the country, the city. New York and Boston.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Heard about that? The strongest snowfall that it would felt to.
You would think that the way they're acting.
Over the city.
Yeah, in fact I kind of am jealous of the East Coast. I kind of was wishing I was in New York just so that I could experience that blizzard. So
it's not like Canada.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking. I wonder if it's Greenland, maybe Greenland or Iceland or the North Pole or something. Okay, so Carlos, what country or countries neighbor your country?
Chile, Bolivia, Paraguay, Brazil, and Uruguay.
Wow. Okay. And how about you, Claudio? What countries are your neighbors?
Oh, the same country from Carlos.
Oh, same as Carlos. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
no,
but you have more.
Chile is
more,
not
I
my
think.
neighborhood,
Have
but
more.
it's like my neighborhood. We have the neighborhood with Argentina and Paraguay and Venezuela as well and Uruguay, but and we don't have neighborhood with Chile. But my daughter is from a mother Chilean, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. And Ramon, you have the same country, right? So it's the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I guess Brazil, besides Chile, we have neighborhood with everyone here in South America.
Okay. Yeah, because it's of course the biggest nation physically. So, Susanna, how about your country? What country or countries neighbor Mexico?
Neighbor? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes. For United States, USA, and Guatemala.
USA and Guatemala.
Guatemala?
I
don't know how to say in English. What is the name?
What you could do is because there's you've got one to the north and one to the south. You would say the United States to the north and Guatemala to the south is what you could say. Like the U.S., Canada to the north, Mexico to the south is our neighbors. And so, Thayer, how about your neighbors? What countries neighbor you?
Kuwait and Saudi Arabia in the south, and Turkey in the north, and in the west, Syria and Jordan, and in the east, Iran.
Iran. And you're in Iraq, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And cool. So, and we have just 2 more minutes. Let's go ahead and there's a few more questions. Now, a question for you. Thayer, is your country the best place for you to live?
No, it's the worst place to live.
For you to live because it's hot, right?
Yeah, but I have to live here because my job and family here.
Yeah. That's kind of my feeling. I don't think the U.S. is the best place for me to live either, but my mom is here, so
okay.
that keeps it there. Carlos, how about you? Is your country the best place for you to live?
No, it's not the best. The best will be the United States, but it's also not the worst because well, I have a lot of family, also friends, and I am used to the food here, and it's not the economy for me. It's not too expensive in my opinion. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Susanna. How about you? Is your country the best place for you to live?
Well, for me, yes. Maybe all the persons say that maybe Mexico is very violent for the people. But in my case, not. I like to live here because it's hot, but on some occasion it's cold. You can eat everywhere and whatever you want, and you can find different kind of people, no? And I like it. I like to live here in Mexico. I don't change my place for others.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Claudio, how about you? Is your country the best place for you to live?
I don't know about the Holly Brazil, Holly, but I'm sure about the Rio de Janeiro. I'm sure that Rio is the best city in the world to live. But
a lot of people have said that.
Because they're very party guys, but we have a lot of problems as well, and that you have to solve that. But I really enjoy my city.
Excellent. Ramon, how about you? Is your country the best place for you to live?
Yes, I guess currently I can say I think like that, but in the past I wasn't used to think it.
Okay, you didn't used to think that, but you kind of grown to love your country again. So awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, everyone, I want to thank you all for your participation and for sticking with us.
Thank you.
And you have a wonderful evening, or sleep well, or good day, or whatever. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Oh, bye bye. Bye bye, everyone.